How's it going? It's like 5 or 6 or something in the evening. Maybe I should bust nuts over onto the, um, it's 7:22. I forgot I had my phone with me. 7:23. Turned 7:23 by the time I looked at it, and by the time I looked in the company, I'm like 7:23 because I just saw 7:22. Crazy. So anyways, it's April 14th, Sunday. Kind of didn't get to do too much today because I had to do something with my mom, you know, like whenever my mom calls me, I have to go and be her assistant. Yeah, so we went over to the Scotsman Fair, and I took photos of the two different tartans that the Kyles have, because I wanna buy that motherfucker and start going around town in my kilt. So the Kyles have the Kyle and the Carrick Dist, the Carrick District or whatever. So you can do those kilts. So if we have our own this kilt, Kyle, and then I can start prancing about the town in a skirt, and then I can make it a rainbow skirt. I'm gonna start prancing around town in a rainbow skirt with like all these different like colors that signify things, just like with the with the Scottish ones, you know. I think the stripes mean things, you know. Somebody made like the Colorado stripe, and each stripe meant something. So it'll be like a combo. That'll be around town, and then when you ride your bike shorts have a certain drawing, and then your jersey and your t-shirt too. So yeah. Then I found out when you become king of Scotland, you have to give up your land. So if you get deposed as king, you don't have any land to go back to. So they might as well just kill your whole family. So it kind of gives you an incentive to be king for all the people and do a good job. Yeah, I took some photos with my mom, and then came back and went watch an episode of Shogun. But I had a beer, and then this lady gave us like a shot of Scottish whiskey. I kind of fell asleep and through a lot of it, but whatever. I saw enough of it, and then my mom, made me a big salad, and then she drove me back here, and I've been working just a little bit, but not that long. I have to. So the thing that I'm doing now is on the education page. And as far as work, like, dude, like I can't think about that. I got a bank loan. I'm gonna pay all my taxes next week, you know, and then we'll see where my money is and see if I can stay afloat for a little bit. But I was working on god damn it, breathe for it. Hang on. Okay. I'm doing education page yesterday, and I guess just random things, just the different things, you know, tying it up, and so I was doing the fonts for the different the numbers for the different fonts as you go down the line and the hierarchy, and then I did the rainbow hierarchical borders on the education page, and I was like, and whenever I do an upgrade on my website, you know, like at one point, maybe like 10 years ago, is when I kind of converted everything to rainbow colored. Because before that, it was just like a website. It was just like the lists. I know, it's crazy. And I was like, and once I made, the list rainbow colored, with a number corresponding to a rainbow in the background, like on the main page, you know, whenever I looked at another page, it looked naked. And I was like, oh my God, I have to fix it. And that's kind of like what's happening now with the other pages with the fonts, big time. I look at them, there's no font, and I'm like, whoa, that calls out to me. But just kind of ironic because I'm like the only one who can see them. Yet you have to have a Adobe Cloud membership, and then download the entire font package that I have, and then watch it on Mozilla Firefox. It's kind of like a lot to ask people as of now, but for me, I can tell that, but not just the fonts, also the the colored borders. You know, it's because it's all black, and I'm like, oh man, and because when I do colored, yeah, it looks way better. So now I was like, yeah, screw it. Maybe I should go into all the other secondary pages. You know, like for example, now I'm doing America. It was the first one. From the free audio history book pages and convert them over to the hierarchical borders. You know, where the outside one is pink. That would be like all of them. The section, the subject of America. Right now, I can't remember what I'm doing, but say if it's like colonialism, pink, you know, and then the book is 2 orange, and then chapters 3 yellow, and then sometimes chapters have chapters, and then here's where you go into 4 dark yellow. With the education page, I was going as deep as 5 routinely, but not all the time, but I never got to 6. So it's just an interesting thing, you know, to be able to gauge it that way. Like, how deep can you go? Which ones go the deepest? Can you get deep? How deep can you get? If you make your own one, would you go down to 10? Would that look cool? Or 20? I don't know. So anyways, I'm just adding the numbers, you know, 2 and 3 deep. I'm adding the rainbow border to the top. Because the page would have all the sections. So you would put, so I guess theoretically you would put a number 1 pink around the page, but there's no border around the page, so it doesn't count. So then theoretically you would put the number 1 pink around the menu, because the menu is the number 1 layer. And then you would put a pink around your whole body. But why would you put a pink around your entire body? Because you know that you know what the subject is. It's the website. So you would put the pink around the first one inside, which would be one of the subjects. So then you don't put the pink around the menu. So then what do you put around? Rainbow. It's everything, right? So rainbow around the top, plus it looks cool. And then once you get into the different sections that those are, it's pink around it, and then you go how deep down. So and luckily for me, my computer, I'm doing it with my 15 computer. Luckily, it's working really fast. Like, I click down and it just, the window comes up. I just go down. The borders are on the top anyway, because B, second letter in the alphabet. But and there's not, in these secondary pages, there's not that many fonts anyway, so it's not like I have to go through this whole list. So it's quick, man. I just go shoom boom, way quicker than I remember before. It used to be slower. So, you know, it's cool, like, as you go forward in time, even though I have a 2015 computer, I'm working with newer software. You know, much newer, 2024 Dreamweaver and operating systems. So I can tell the computers are way, even though my computer's about to die, like, if I unplug it, it'll die. Even if it has 100% charge, if I unplug it, it'll die within 5 minutes because the battery. And I paid like $200 to get the battery replaced, like 2 years ago or something. So, computer's about to die, but, and it's loud as hell. But even then, it's way better performance than when it was brand new, just because of the software. I can tell. Because I remember when I built these books, and I'm not even done with it. But dude, it would be like you'd hit, God, it wouldn't be able to scroll at all, and I can scroll this up and down great. Oh yeah, man. Like on my aliens pages, like, those are 6 separate pages, but each of those 6 separate pages used to consist of a bunch of different pages because the computer couldn't handle it. And then I started realizing, well, and my design got better, but the computer started being able to handle it. And so then I just built bigger and bigger pages, you know. Like, my website got started back in the days when, like, a computer couldn't even design a website like mine anymore, like now, back then. So it's interesting. I got started on something that would need technology that didn't exist then, but I knew it would exist by the time I was finished. Kind of like George Lucas and his Star Wars stories. Anyways, so I'm fired up about that, but physically I am about to die, dude. Like, if I wake up dead tomorrow, I wasn't abducted by the aliens or assassinated or anything like that. I had a heart attack. So yeah, I'm walking around the freaking fairgrounds and I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, somebody did a sword demo, which was really cool. He's fighting and showing all the different, like, things you do in a sword demo, like like all the tips and tricks and things to do, and then he's like, "Yeah, now you're too close, so drop the sword, grab him on the ground, and then get out your dagger." It's like, dude, I wish I had been there for the whole thing from the beginning. But I did take a photo. Maybe I'll put it on this of them crossing. But yeah, and oh, and then the kilts were outlawed for 70 years after the Battle of Culloden because they were considered a weapon. I was like, why? Because they can run faster in kilts and pee quicker. Anyways, that's enough talking for today. I got like 32 hits yesterday on my video log, and I think 2 new original visitors to my website. You know, I think I got up this morning. It was like 57, 30, 57, 70, or 68 or whatever on my website, and then at the end of the day, it was like 80, or yeah, 38 to 40. 57, 38 to 57, 40. So, I know that I'm not going to have to advertise my website. So that kind of cuts a whole headache and everything out of my head. Because I know that I get people looking at my website. I mean, at my daily vlogs on my website. And so all I have to do is finish that motherfucker. So, anyways, it's starting to get dark, as you can see. It's like daytime out yonder, so I'm going to... I think I'm going to go to the goddamn store and get me an energy drink for... Even though they're mini dollars, it's $2.29 for the cheapest. But it's not just NOS and Monster. Now I can get NOS Monster or Monster Cream Soda for $2.29. One of the reasons I do it is because I need the exercise, but... I can't handle alcohol anymore. I had one, and my mom totally helped me with my beer. I had like 2/3 of a beer, maybe 3/4 of a beer. And then like 1 shot of whiskey, and dude, that was enough to make me like drunk. And passed out. Like I straight up fell asleep. So, and it's because I've been drinking lately. I must have drank alcohol like... It could have been up to like 10 times in the last couple months. I don't know, man. So, anyway, I'm not going to do that anymore because it makes me feel sick and I can't afford it. But I do need a reason to go to the store. And energy drinks, I think if I pound them, it kind of gets me up high a little bit or whatever. And so, anyways, that's enough talking for the day. I'm not supposed to be working on deep stuff, but... Like I said before in the video, like, it's just so glaring, dude. It's like so glaring to me when I look at one of these pages, especially the fonts. But I see like the borders and the fonts of the numbers are just not up to date with the education page and the front page. I'm like, ugh, because I can fix that stuff like without thinking. It's like brain candy. So it's perfect because I just finished my Polybius today, and Polybius, I was listening to it. Polybius, I've listened to all of the history books like 10 times. All the main classic history books. And every time I listen to it, of course, you learn something new. And, but this last time listening to Polybius was like a real eye-opener, man. It was almost like a mystical experience. I felt like I was reading myself, like maybe I'm the reincarnation of Polybius, but I felt like I was reading a dude like who lived now, like timeless, and then he's describing a world that's of the people around him of like who are smart, and it's like, and all the stories, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna listen to Polybius like again, or maybe I'll do Thucydides. I think they said the trinity of the best. Historians from the ancient world in terms of writing skill are Thucydides, Thucydides, Polybius, and Xenophon. Yeah, because like when you read those dudes, it's like these guys are like no nonsense. They don't believe in the gods. They're not superstitious. And they like to make it clear about that. They're all about data, and it's like wow, you know. Modern day. If you listen to like Livy, like every fucking second word is like a portent that happened, you know. Or if you listen to like Herodotus, every other thing is another crazy ass tale that you can hardly believe, you know. Like how the Africans live 120 years and there's these giant ants the size of big dogs in India and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, so yeah, I might do Thucydides actually. I did it very recently. And then do Xenophon and Polybius again and again and again and again. But see, because now I'm in the mindset where I can do that because it's so freaking brain candy that I'm doing. I think I might, you know, just for like a week, because I like to do stuff like long enough to know how long it'll take to gauge myself, know how long it'll take to finish the whole thing. You can get a feel after you get done, do like maybe a tenth of the project, you can get a feel of how long it'll take to do the whole thing. And then at that point, I can be like, well, if it takes a week, if I can get done with it in a week, then do it. It's totally worth it. Do what? And yeah, and what I'm saying, what I mean in a week is like, I guess the entire freaking page. The entire website. Convert the entire website to graduated hierarchical rainbow borders. And then after that, another week doing the same thing with fonts, and then the other week doing the entire website, finishing up with the icons. So if that means doing those three things, 3 weeks, I'll take it. You know, because it's so much easier to write about a website and to perfect a website that's more polished. You know, and this qualifies as polished, more polished. So that's what I think I'm gonna do for right now. And listen to the Polybius. Woo! Because I love brain candy. I love me my brain candy, man. Oof! And it's brain candy time now to do that. Oh my God, is that easy? This dick. And so maybe I'll be able to tear myself away. Like, I need exercise, and my mom does too. We both do. So we're kind of made a pact with each other that we're going to go to the gym, but we're not going to be dependent on each other, but we're trying to go to the gym every day. And I really have to do that. And tomorrow I'm going to put up more ads. I'm going to reduce my rent down from $850 to $825 to get a roommate. Because if I get a roommate, I honestly don't think might not have to get a job. Because I'm not really worried about, because I'm on a loan that I pay $205 a month, but it's like a fixed loan. Like I don't have to. If I just pay that, like that's all I have to pay. Like the payment, the loan won't get any smaller, but that's all the interest I have to pay. So it might be enough to keep me afloat. Anyways, apparently I didn't have the best credit. I don't know why. I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't have time or energy to fill my brain up with anything else right now. Oh, and I love not paying attention to that stuff either. All the mundane crap of the world. I don't pay attention to the news. So, anyways, that's enough talking for now. I still feel kind of buzzed from that beer. I'm gonna go into the store and get me my energy drink, even though it's not healthy. Like my stomach is starting to feel bad. Last week, my stomach was felt like it was in pain for a couple of days. Like maybe because I've been drinking too many energy drinks. I drank like 7 energy drinks one day while I was doing my 160,000 people thing like 6 months ago. For 4 days, my stomach was in like excruciating pain. And I couldn't. No. That's not what happened. For 4 days, I had a fucking migraine from hell because of those things. I like popped a vessel or something in my head. So you got to be sure not to. Got to be sure not to overdo with those energy drinks because you could burn a hole in your stomach or like dilate your brain cells or something too much. I don't know. Anyways, oh my God, it's starting to get dark. I'm gonna get in the store before it gets too dark. Give me my energy drink before I get coccyx. I'm about to go paralyzed with my freaking tailbone getting squashed into this thing. I'm gonna have to do all my work on my bed from now on, laying on my back and on my belly, and then start to go to the gym some more and stretch. Damn it, fucking aged out at 50. You age out at 50 on the dot. Bong! And then you pretty much die at 100 on the dot. Bing! You know. Like, there's all those people who they're like, hey, guess what? George Burns made it to 100. And then they're like, oh, guess what? He died. Oh, right, great, because he was 100. It's like you're designed to die at 100. That's what they say. They say the aliens, the Anunnaki, programmed us to die at 100. They programmed us to die at 120 if you're like super lucky. But everybody else, 100, and then to start to fall apart right at 50. Boom! And your brain doesn't grow until you're 25. I love these regimented numbers, man. It helps you remember things. Like according to Herodotus, a third of 100 years is a generation, 33.33. So, so when they said it was 336 generations or something, father to son, that they had maintained the priests of Sais since the beginning of Egypt at the fall of Atlantis. That's exactly what frickin' Herodotus says. If you piece Herodotus and Plato together, you get the history. Herodotus said that and Plato, I can't remember if it was Herodotus or Plato, because Herodotus talked about the priests of Scythe, and they both went to Egypt. But I think it was Plato. I think it was Plato. They said that the culture of Egypt had been the same for 10,000 years, like all of the culture, and they even mention it. They said painting, music, dance, everything was exactly the same for 10,000 years. That's what he said. Which means that if it came completely filled like that, I mean, this is filling in the blanks. Well, if it was as like developed as it is now, but 10,000 years ago, that means they're supplants from somewhere else, and it happened 10,000 years ago. That's what he's saying. So I'm gonna put all that stuff in my website. Only prove it like from the links, but whenever I get around to it, like 5 or 10 years. Hopefully, the gods will give me extra free time because of my duties that I have bequeathed unto the people. See, look, I haven't gotten dark yet. I haven't gotten pepper hair yet. So I'm being blessed, and look, not even pepper beard. So, but I am about to freaking fall apart. So, let's go to the gym. Anyways, but yeah, this is super excited to do this easy stuff, which I'm gonna do when I get back from the store in 5 minutes. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.